Hey guys, welcome to CAS the Podcast, a podcast about well-being made by students, and for CAS. I'm joined by my homie Michael,
Hello, I'm Michael.
and I'm joined by Jahan as well. What's up, Jahan?
Hey guys, what's
And I'm joined by Youngwoo.
I like how I had to take a pause to think of my name before saying.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. And also my homie Sebastian.
What's up?
So what's up?
What's up?
And I'm Manny, aka Emmanuel. Today we're gonna be speaking about the importance of having homies. Having a support network to give you advice, be there for you, motivate you, push you, and keep you accountable. Because that sort of thing is really important in high school. Because it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be challenging. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I just think in the terms of the school that we go to, we have a high amounts of stress in what we do, and I just think just having my friends around me just allowed me to just take in all that stress, etc.
Yeah, because when you're with your friends, right? Even if you're stressed,
We're
you're the only one that's stressed. You're with the boys.
Let's go!
You're not dying alone. You're dying with the boys. So it's great.
Yeah, and I mean, to reiterate for all the people that are going to be listening to is all five of us are technically close friends with each other. So in terms of how we, in terms of the struggles that we all go through, we understand that as friends, yeah, I mean, as everyone's saying, we are just technically dying together, I guess.
To put in perspective, each and every one of us here in this podcast, we're all single and we're all fucking sad about it, but we're sad together. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Bros before hoes.
Bros before
All right. So let's start with the first thing that friends help us with, And I mean, what do you guys think is the most important thing?
I don't know about friends, but I remember this funny story. This is about Manny. It's about Manuel, right? There was this period of time where he deleted Instagram. He went offline. He did all that stuff, right? Like that. It's supposed to be good for you. And then he comes back to Instagram. It turns out that my man had forgotten to submit an assignment because he didn't know it was due. This is the talk thing, right?
The talk, the journal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had this assignment due, and he forgot to submit it because he didn't know we had it due.
Bro.
I feel at a baseline, just being connected with people just helps prevent that.
says the person whose phone is always on airplane mode.
No, airplane mode preserves battery.
Alright.
Preserve battery, yeah, sure.
To be totally honest with you, I forgot I even had to do that. So
It was such an inconvenient assignment. It just didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Do you even keep...
the actual draft, that was a draft for a draft, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was due the next year,
Yeah, and the journals, right? We didn't actually really learn anything. They didn't teach us anything. They were just gonna write stuff.
Yeah, and then they just
What
tell
do
you you don't know how
Like-
talk works, basically like that. It's just you don't know how talk works, you don't know how talk works and stuff.
Yeah, but then, I mean, if we're gonna link that back to what we're talking about now, it's just maybe if we don't know how it works, being connected with people who might know how it works would probably help you out, that type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also, throughout high school, you got to keep in mind that you can't just study all the time. You need to have some sort of balance, and I think that friend circle kind of provides that balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with
That's fair.
that. Yeah.
Now you guys are I'd be burnt out so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
I can't imagine not speaking to anyone and just studying the whole time at school. Cause that's half of the school experience. Just being around people your age.
I swear it's not even half. I swear school is basically about making friends because university is about just studying. if university is about just studying, what does that make high school? What does that make middle school? What does that make primary school? Right?
I
It's
mean,
like-
at the end of the day, it's just high school. It's just it's kind of the branch between like the relationships that you form in primary school and then the amount of workload that you're gonna get in university and beyond that.
No, I think
Currently, when we're developing the friendships now, when we're at our like during the last years of like our high school career, it just becomes important knowing that those people have gotten to the same point as you have. They have endured the same struggles you have, so everyone understands like how important both our workload and the importance of friendships are. Normally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Like a lot. Like in my opinion, I think just high school just allows us to create these these friendship networks that we don't get the chance to create when we're in university. Like I think that's like the main thing about school. Just allows us to develop our social skills, make new friends, and have that support network whenever we need it. Because like in once we get to university, there's no time to make new friends unless if they're like in your course or something like that, right?
Yeah, like you're not at campus like every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see you guys like 5 days a week because we all have the same. Like we're all there for the same amount of time, like at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we have the same breaks. Yeah, so we're able to catch up during those times.
Yeah.
So
I feel like that really hits harder for me only because like you see all these stories right on like the internet where people are like, yeah, no, I'm like 25 and I have no friends, stuff like that, right? Especially when it comes to my brother, I realize that my brother's made 0 friends in the last like 3 years of being at uni, and that's to be expected.
yeah.
Does that mean I'm gonna lose you guys?
Nah.
What do you mean? What do
We're
you mean?
We're homies forever.
Nah, we're homies forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Forever, yeah.
I'm
Never
saying
gonna
that's
leave
like
each other.
Yo, that should be the name of this podcast.
homies
Homies
forever.
forever.
Oh yeah, the boys.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, we've already named it as this.
Yeah, I'm
CAS the
joking.
Podcast.
We can. It's a.
Wait,
work
that
in
could be a
progress.
title for like this episode.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
homies
yeah.
forever. The genius,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah. All right, we'll make it that then.
But yeah,
going back to that idea of like keeping your friends beyond just high school. It's just having those friends in general. Just when you get older, it helps you provide those connections for what happens in the future. You know, maybe one of those friends is just like, oh yeah, there's this job opportunity, or yo, I need help with this kind of thing at my job, or whatnot, or hey, well, how about we just hang out like the good old times or something like that. It just helps continue on that sense of like balance when we get older.
Yeah, especially job opportunities. Like friendships made in high school are very, very crucial for that kind of thing. Because, like, although they don't really like teach this to us or whatever, although they don't really talk about it, connections are really important.
Networking.
Yeah.
Yeah, networking. It's like
like
it's a vital part of you finding a job, you like getting by in life, etc.
networking, dating, making friends. It all comes down to the same thing, which is like it's as simple as starting a conversation, basically. You know what I mean? Just like even if you don't vibe with them, like at least you can see what they're about, you know. And if you do, like that's another person you can help, and like you know they can give you opportunities too. Like a single conversation opens up like all these opportunities. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
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 I feel-
Yeah. Alright, so like just I don't know, but like just to me, friendships is just important for us to live, I guess. Like if we don't have friends, we're gonna be just how would you put it?
Purposeless.
Yeah, we have
You're
no
not- They're not
purpose.
gonna
in life.
really like yeah.
Like they're as important and significant as our families. Just
Like I'd reckon my attendance would be way lower than it is now if I didn't have homies at school.
True.
yeah, exactly.
Like
Some people-
that's half the reason I come. Like Like,
yeah, no,
low-key.
I mean, I know, yeah. Some people just come to school because they just get to meet up with their friends and just talk to them, you know. I
It's
mean,
kind of my main reason.
I mean, we already know. we know this guy named Tyrus who just likes school because he doesn't really. There's no reason for him to be there because he already has all the like notes he needs and stuff like that. He just comes to school sometimes just to talk to us, you know, instead of just there because he just needs to learn something or whatnot, some new content.
Yeah,
And
it's
It's quite
especially
interesting to think about, you know, if it wasn't for us, he'd just not come to school and and just get the same types of marks, you know. But we'd be building those close connections, which he realizes.
I feel like that's more applicable to him, especially because Cyrus is like he's kind of like a studious individual. He's pretty smart, but even for us, like later on in the year, when it comes to our like finals, we're gonna have like 5 weeks, 6 weeks of nothing but revision, and during those times, we could technically just not come to school. Or each and every one of us here, like no matter how well or badly we're doing, and it'd be fine. But it's more it's almost guaranteed that we'll probably come if, barring the detentions we'll get for wagging, just for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd take one for the team.
I mean, we can also kind of link this back to what's happened like last year with like the whole COVID-19 pandemic thing when we had to stay at school for online learning for 3 weeks. And that's kind of how we started like using like technology. I mean, we're currently recording this on Discord. Well, we have our own Discord server with just our friends group, with like a bunch of other people that we also are friends with. And from that, we were still able to like maintain our close connection as friends, despite not being able to contact each other without being in contact with each other directly. And that kind of helped maintain our sanity during those times where we felt kind of lonely, being confined to just staying in our rooms and such.
Yeah, like true. Like back like last year when we had online learning, I'd say that'd be the best thing. Not because we weren't able to spend time with our friends, but that time where we're meant to be learning was substituted for time with friends. So like most of the time we'd like not be listening in class and just playing Minecraft or doing something else while we're all chilling in just the same Discord, just having a laugh while our teacher's just talking about random stuff that will probably be on our exams, but we don't care because we get to spend time like with each other. It was great.
Hey, but
on a side note of like not seeing you guys for that long made me like appreciate seeing you guys in person. You know what I mean?
True.
Mm-hmm.
I missed you guys like dead ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I kind of missed those connections as well, but at the same time I also like the fact that we missed out on first exam block for that time, at the time, you know, during grade 11. That definitely
yeah, but like
a lot of stress.
in our defense for playing Minecraft and stuff during class was absolutely ass. Online learning, the teachers got a full week of learning how to like teach online and preparing for it. Even then, online learning was the worst. I learnt less in like I don't know how many weeks of online learning. 5 weeks maybe.
Just 3 weeks, I think.
3 weeks.
3
3 weeks.
Well, I learned in that 3 week period, I probably learned like an hour's worth of content. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Even now, I don't know some of the stuff that they taught us. They taught us waves in physics. I still don't know waves.
Oh yeah.
Bro, they tested like in econ, right? They tested us on topics that we did during lockdown last year, and that was freaking tough because I barely knew what to do.
Yeah, I did really bad on that
yeah,
econ
cool.
exam because of stupid online learning.
Now, I like to say,
What did everyone else say? Like, you know, we all have the collective.
I think we should like digress a little bit because now we're just going to talk about online.
Friends helped us through online learning. It's all connected, Sebastian. It's all connected.
It's all...
Yeah, but okay, yeah, alright, that's fair. Friends allow us to get through those times where we just feel completely lonely and stuff like that.
We mentioned it before. Friends really do help with learning, because like when you don't know how to solve a question, right? Like, who are you gonna get? You're not gonna email your teacher every single time. That's just not realistic.
Yeah.
But friends,
They're not gonna reply.
you can always ping your boys, and someone will probably answer.
At everyone.
I mean, currently one of our friends is just messaging us about a math question, and it's just pain. Just looking at it, but then Youngwoo just comes over and answers the question.
Oh, no, I answered it wrong. I answered it wrong, and then the homies came and were like, "Yeah, nah, Youngwoo, you're fucking wrong, bro."
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah, but I mean, once again, just one of our friends says the wrong answer, and someone else is just able to catch it out. Like, nah, that's cap. That ain't issue.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that helps both the person who asked the question and the person who answered incorrectly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to say, I didn't answer incorrectly. I purposely gave a misleading answer to make sure that the friend who asked was actually paying attention.
Fair. Yo, that's
Gee,
But they don't know if you're right or wrong because they don't know.
I gave my I gave the answer and my reasoning for it, right? The reasoning was correct. It's just that my final answer was wrong. If they truly read it, well, they would have picked up on that. I don't know what to say.
like, you don't want to give your friend the easy way out, you know? You want to give
exactly.
them the realist
Yeah.
advice. Because that's what the realist
Exactly.
thing do. They don't sugarcoat
Exactly.
I mean, you know, they don't sugarcoat anything, but like, they don't make it seem worse than it actually is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you want to be honest with your homies, so that, you know, they'll be
Exactly.
honest with you people.
Like, yeah, that's the
Okay.
number one thing about, like, keeping your friendships. It's just pure honesty and transparency with them.
Yeah.
And that's what, like, allows you to strengthen your relationships with your homies. I just...
Like, not just homies, but like, everywhere in life, basically.
Yeah. It's just
You know,
being
you need to be
open.
transparent with your teachers as well, you know?
Yeah. Just
How are they
being
gonna-
Open.
Yeah. How are they gonna know that you're struggling if you don't tell them you're struggling? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that probably ties into like another thing that friends help with, like being able to like talk about issues per se.
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
Like
Providing
the
advice,
fact
but-
that each and every one of us here are fucking lonely.
It's not. Just
Nah, I'm not
Nah,
lonely.
nah,
I got
nah.
you guys.
Nah.
I'm fine.
Now,
That's
I mean,
true.
yeah, you're never lonely when you've got the boys.
But I like to
Yeah.
say,
Okay. We're
Out of
lonely,
our
but
entire
we're
friend
lonely
group-
together.
us five are like the
We're the
majority
strongest link.
of the people that aren't going to fall with a date.
Oh,
Have you realized that?
Probably.
Don't
yeah.
Out of
I
our
mean, yeah,
friend-
that's why we did this podcast, you know?
Don't worry,
True. We only got us here
Yeah, but
because
even-
we're the only
even
people
then-
that
don't worry, younger. I'll change gender so I can go to formal
Oh, no,
with you.
please, man, please, bro.
Hey,
I'm a true homie.
But like,
on a side
okay,
note, right?
Okay, here's the thing, like though, I mean, even our friends that are going with dates, they're probably not gonna stay with them the whole night because they're gonna get bored. Let's just be real, you know, they're just gonna come over back
Probably.
to us and like, yo,
Yeah.
you guys are playing cards, let me in.
Yo, is this jealousy I'm hearing from Sebastian? Don't worry, Sebastian. I understand, but you
I'm
don't
not
have to
jealous
be
about
this
the
way.
fact that your date rejected you, Youngwoo, so.
Ooh.
Hey, yo,
Oh,
hold
yo,
on,
yo,
hold
Sebastian,
on.
chill. Sebastian, chill.
Wait,
Oh,
Let's be clear to our listeners.
are we all going
We're
together?
sacrificing our potential relationships for you guys, for everyone that's listening. So
Yeah,
that's something also.
Exactly.
Oh,
but at the end of the
and
podcast,
depressing at the
there's only
same
gonna be,
time.
like one of us left.
Are we going as homies or are we going individually?
No, we'll go.
Uh,
I mean,
go
we'll
as
go
homies.
individually, but we're gonna
We're going-
meet up there.
Oh, we're
literally,
going individually.
and just vibe with each other. Even the guys, like I said.
Yeah,
the
are we
guys I've
still
seen.
renting a limousine? Are we still doing that?
that-
I don't know,
I
but
don't
like,
know.
if we don't
Yeah.
end up renting it, my man Youngwoo is single and he's good looking as hell. So like, go hit him up.
No, get out of here, bro. Get out of here. I'm good, bro. I'll stay bachelor for extended period of time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so going.
Alright.
Yeah, but like,
So
who needs that when you got homies? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright,
and then even though I joke about the fact that we have, I just did call out Youngwoo for not having his date reject him per se. I mean, we do have that's could have been considered way more personal for some people than others, and for those others who find issues with just being rejected like that. I mean, we all know someone who's probably been through something like that. For them, friends are probably going to be the only people that they can discuss about it, with their personal issues and such. When you're faced with rejection or something.
Alright, guys, I like to confess, Sebastian made me feel really sad. Go, beat him up.
You have your chance tomorrow then.
Going back to that notion of friendships and formal dates, that's the number one thing that I think, in my opinion, just if you want to ask somebody, if you want to ask a girl out for formal, make sure it's
or a boy,
or a boy, right? Make sure they you're good friends with them, because it's just gonna be hella awkward if you're not, when you just go there, and then you just end up going back to your homies, when you get there, if you get what I mean. So that's it's just important just to make sure the friends, they're a friend, and you really you know them to a good extent, and yeah. So you're
I
like,
like
I mean that's just starting to get. I mean, yeah, that is
he's gonna.
That's probably really probably a really good thing to say. Just and even so, if you weren't too close to them and then they decide to just reject you as such, then you can't really say that it's necessarily your fault for it, because they probably didn't know you enough, stuff, things like that,
Yeah, I mean, I'd feel the same way if I didn't know, if I didn't know the person that was asking me, I'd feel awkward, because I don't know I wouldn't expect it in any way, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, but at the same time, those close friends of yours, I mean, if you're a close friend of a girl, and then you ask them and then they're just like, nah, I don't think I can go with you, or I just don't want to, I'm probably going with someone else or something like that.
You'll be
that'll probably hurt way more.
No, but
it depends.
Well.
If you're really good friends with them, right, and they say no, it's gonna, in my opinion, that could also be a benefactor, as in you'd feel less down if they say no, because they'll just because you've got that mutual respect already, right?
Yeah, but at the same time, you could always see it as if I've been really close friends with them and then they don't see me as close of a friend to accept me as a date of sorts, then am I really good friends with them, or did I do something wrong?
I mean, if you get pissed at them for saying no,
you can't say that, yeah.
If they get pissed at you, if you get pissed at them for saying no and they did it respectfully, then that's kind of on you. You know what I mean?
You can't say that.
I didn't say that necessarily angry. I'm just saying more necessarily guilty or disappointed in yourself because you thought you might have been good enough because you were really good friends with them, and they
at that point you're not asking someone out to formal. You're just confessing to somebody, right? This is a different situation entirely.
Yeah, I guess.
I was joking before for the single thing, whatever, because it's a comedic part. It's a different thing entirely.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably another topic, This is probably the second or third episode if we decide to continue this.
The next episode, how to deal with teenage romance when everyone's pumped up on hormones and no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
COVID really be increasing people's high libido. Insane, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, we got an Instagram account at CAS the Podcast, and if you wanna suggest anything to us about anything, questions that you want us to address, a shout out maybe, I don't freaking know. Hit us up there. Yeah, shameless plug.
But one thing that I feel like as if I have to mention it. The reason that you can't say that if they said no, maybe you're not as close as friends as you think they are, is because just because you're close friends doesn't mean that they have to say yes. Like perhaps they like
not
a
obligated.
dude and
Yeah,
that
but
way.
some people
you know?
might take that the wrong way, you know.
That's on them. That's on them.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
on them. Like
that's
at
on
that
them.
point.
I mean, yeah, and then we probably will discuss in a later episode how to deal with just being wrong in that regard, you know. I don't know.
Like at that point, like, you know, there's not much you can do. Like it isn't that sad, you know. You'll get over it soon enough.
Yeah,
Like, it's not that big of a deal.
But yeah. All right. I mean, what else can we talk about, really?
Alright, Jahan, do you have anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say we've talked about the importance of establishing good, meaningful friendships and relationships, but some people, like me, I had difficulty making friends, so I think that's something that we could talk about maybe in a future episode.
Yeah. All right.
as well.
Okay.
Adjusting to new environments,
In your
maybe.
environment?
Yeah.
If
Just-
you'd like to hear us talk about that, like hit us up.
I mean, we talked about the importance of friends, but we didn't even talk about how to get them. So yeah, that's
mean-
probably.
But the thing is with that, right? Like high schools, they acknowledge primary schools and high schools. They acknowledge that like
Yeah,
people have
true.
trouble making friends. That's why they keep you in the same class for the entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're basically forced to make friends with them, you know?
Yeah, you're if you're around somebody for an entire year, every lesson of the day, 5 hours a day, 5 hours of class time a day, you're gonna like, get to know them. You're gonna become like
Yeah.
semi good friends with them. That's
Yeah,
that's
that
the
is
reason
true.
behind that.
That is true. But when
Wait,
it comes
speaking
to,
about wait, you go.
No, it's fine, man. You go next.
Oh,
You go.
speaking about that sort of thing, are you guys friends with are you guys still friends with anyone from your primary?
Yeah.
Primary?
Oh, yeah.
Kinda.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, because I moved away.
I mean, technically, well, one of our friends, Julian, was from my primary school, so
Yeah.
Oh, yo,
Like,
wait,
I-
you
well-
need Julian from primary?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like I've got a
I've got like
yeah.
I've known
I've
Michael
switched-
since birth.
And then like I know. a
Oh,
few
yeah,
other
mate.
people.
Bro-
Yeah.
Brother from another
I've
mother.
switched.
Facts.
Yeah, I've switched schools like 6 times since primary, but I still have like 2 or 3 good friends from primary that I still talk to. So social media has actually made that possible. Didn't think I'd meet them again, but
What? Social
is that-
media doing a good thing? What the hell?
Speaking about
Yeah,
social
that's
media,
another
please
topic
follow us
we
at
can discuss about. Let's go.
CAS the Podcast.
yeah,
Yeah.
as a podcast.
Again,
Podcast.
I'm gonna keep plugging this till the end of the podcast.
That's the podcast.
Guys, the podcast. Yeah, but like
Alright.
Yeah,
speaking.
that's also the name of our Instagram page. Oh, no, I'm kidding. Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah, but like speaking of like being in new environments and adapting and trying to make new friends, like in 2 of my classes, like I don't have nobody in those classes like I know. So at the beginning of like year 11, it was just hard for me to like just feel comfortable in class, just being like that lonely guy. Like like especially in physics where I didn't know anybody, and then like you have like Junsa and stuff, like some people they already have an established group that I don't feel like interfering, if you know what I mean. Like I know them from like different classes or like just through other friends. But like the friend like group that I had in like class already felt tight, so I didn't really feel like intriguing or like just intruding into that
English
group.
tool.
Pog. And then yeah, so I just like decided to just sit by myself, like not sit by myself, but try and like sit next to Aman and Arthur or Artur. I don't know.
I mean that
Yeah.
probably is
hold
the
on.
best way of like making.
Do they
friends.
consent to their names being in this podcast?
I mean,
Doesn't really matter. We
Doesn't-
like, these are just random names.
They're just random
yeah,
names.
they're
to
just
them.
random names. Yeah.
Yeah, like my boy Bartholomew the other day. Like,
Yo,
No,
Barthol. I
Yo,
still can't say his
Bartholomew,
name to this
boy.
day.
Oh my! Did you guys hear? I heard Bartholomew, right? He got his parents to put all their life savings in Tesla stocks earlier on in the year. And now Bartholomew's like a billionaire. It's insane.
Yeah, and because we're friends
Yeah.
with him, he's giving us some of that money.
Yeah, dude.
That's-
He's
that's
giving
why
us.
being friends with
He's
people
giving
is
us
a good thing.
120% of the cut.
So now we're just saying that the real reason why we have friends is because of the money they have.
Yeah.
What a wholesome
Yeah.
message to send
I,
to our-
Sebastian, I am friends with you because I know that you will give me 10% of your revenue every year.
What do you
Yeah,
mean?
Like all most Filipinos, if you're rich, please give me some money. No.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the problem is-
subscribe to our Patreon.
Oh yeah,
We don't
subscribe
have
to
a
our Patreon.
right?
And also, we have an OnlyFans with just pictures of Youngwoo, so like, so you can support us through our OnlyFans or Patreon if you guys want. That we're just joking, but
No, so this is the plan, right? We're all single here. We're all teenagers. We're kind of pent up.
we need some
So,
more friends.
With our Patreon, right?
Hello.
If we get enough people to give us Patreon money, we'll use that money to Patreon Belle Delphine, and we'll distribute the content to our Patreon, even though that's technically
This is
illegal.
definitely being
And if
cut
you
out.
guys get
This
us
is
far
definitely being
enough,
cut out.
we're gonna have Belle Delphine on this very podcast.
Exactly. Hype this podcast
I'm sorry,
up.
I
Come on,
think-
do it right now. Do it right now.
I
Nah, I'm
think
gonna
they
be real.
need Headspace. The Headspace
Oh, yeah, yeah.
organization helps with mental health.
Yeah, that's a really good app for well-being. To be honest, I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, we're definitely cutting that section out.
What?
What? No, we're not
What
cutting
do you
this
mean?
out.
Masterpiece, man.
That-
Masterpiece.
yeah, like, so-
It will be on our our Patreon.
yeah, okay.
Brr.
No. So going back to like my lonely story, right? Like in physics, I like till like last year, I didn't really talk to Arthur that much, and now like I'm pretty good like homies with him. Like occasionally when I walk past him or he walks past me, just the occasional fist bump, yo, and he's like says my name. It's just like it just shows how friendships can just. And I'm like now I feel comfortable in my physics class, just sitting with them. So yeah, it's just shows how important friends are in just any situation, I guess.
Yeah, especially with friend groups, it's very important. Just not friend groups, but with friends, it's very important to like open yourself up, because
Yeah.
because it's not like people will like just ignore you like forever or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But when if they try to like open a conversation, you have to be receptive to it.
Mm.
yeah, I felt that. Yeah, that was a good point.
But then, if we could, yeah, I guess that's true. But I think we should like keep that discussion of like how to make friends to a different episode. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
I mean,
does every episode need to follow like a set formula, or like have like
it's
a
not
set
necessarily
theme?
a set formula, but it's like probably some various. Like we can probably discuss about like how we got our friend. You know, how we started off. Probably next episode. You know.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I had hella fun making this podcast. Like, even though
Fun.
even though we're only probably gonna have like one viewer or something, it was hella fun, you know.
Don't
Yes.
worry, we'll
It
use
was fun.
Instagram to force people to watch it.
I like them. I like the part where Sebastian roasted the fact that I was single and lonely and sad and absolutely crying on the inside and heartbroken and not.
Jokes on you. You're not.
We can change
You're
that.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
Once Bartholomew hits you with that $3,000 check,
Yeah, dude. Once Bartholomew hits me with that check, bro, I'll be happy again.
Yes, money is.
yeah,
People happy.
Or once
What another
you
friend.
guys listening to this podcast subscribe to our Patreon and hit me with that paycheck, I'll finally be happy and free.
okay, guys.
And guys, we get 10 subs, we'll put out some Belle Delphine content on there. I promise you. I promise.
Bro, this guy. Alright, okay. Any
Alright,
last words, guys?
At CAS the Podcast on Instagram. Alright, bye.
Alright.
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Alright, thanks guys for
Alright.
listening.
Alright.
For this.
Thanks,
But our
guys.
first. Alright, thanks guys for listening to this first episode of CAS the Podcast. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We need it. And also, Also follow our Instagram page, like Emmanuel said, at CAS the Podcast. And
Also, if you guys want to be on the episode, just hit us up, right? That's free CAS right there.
Yeah,
And
and
that's what our podcast is about.
yeah,
CAS.
you'll be able to be featured as a special guest and
Yeah.
such, and then we can discuss about what we want to talk. You know, you can even suggest the next topic, because who says we have to talk about how to make friends or how
Yeah.
to, like,
Comment down below what you would like the next episode to be, and we'll probably talk about that.
yeah.
yep.
So,
Alright.
Alright.
I think that's...
Alright.
Alright. Thanks for watching / listening.
Bye.
Yeah.
that's a wrap.
Have a nice day.
Yeet.
Ye- ye-
Alright, cool.
Yeet.